What's up, y'all? Come on in to the DerrionLH Show. We are in season 2 of the DerrionLH Show. Now, I know y'all like season 2. What happened to season 1? Did we ever? And we didn't. We didn't. But I'm back. I'm back for season 2. We're just going to start it fresh. It's 2026 now. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Like, thank y'all so much for starting your new year with me here as well. And I have just so much planned for this year. Consistency being the number one thing. We're going to talk about a little of that in a minute. But y'all know, I couldn't do my first episode alone because I didn't do the first episode alone when I first started this. And I had to bring back my girl, right? So y'all know who is here. Nicole F. Smith
what up,
is
what
in
up?
the building, sis.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We have to toast.
Yes, okay, let's toast.
Have
Let's
to
toast. Come on, let's
toast.
do it. Let's do it.
Yes,
You
yes.
get it, because, we don't waste liquor. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I got to be careful.
So we're toasting to
Consistency, as you said. Focus. And abundance.
Listen, come on now.
Cheers. Let's
Speak
do
it.
this. Yes.
Yes, Lord.
That is tasty.
That's XIII's Prosecco, by the way, too.
Really?
Issa, if you're listening, I'm here.
Issa, this
the
is
DerrionLH Show is in
good.
season 2. You can definitely sponsor us. We're available.
Hey, we're all about cheers to sponsorships, cheers to partnerships, sponsorships, all the things.
Absolutely.
That is tasty. That is tasty.
It is. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How were the holidays for you?
Oh, it was amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. You know, Thanksgiving, I never really go home. I guess news kind of, I won't say it damaged me, but I hate to say that. But news just got me into a flow to where I don't go home for Thanksgiving. I would always have to choose Thanksgiving or Christmas. So I would always choose Christmas because it's Christmas.
Now look at you.
And
now
I
look
can
at you.
choose, but I still stay
Yeah.
in the Carolinas for Thanksgiving. I guess I'm
Yeah.
still in that, aftermath of it that I can actually go if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But they're not cooking like they used to at home either. So I just have to stay close.
We had a quiet Thanksgiving. It was just me and my 2 boys, my husband.
I saw the
and-
videos.
Oh my gosh, we put up the Christmas tree. It was quiet. I made my famous collard greens.
Okay.
Yes, your girl can cook.
Collards.
I made some collard
With-
greens with
with
some turkey
turkey?
neck.
Oh,
Turkey
ooh.
neck. Smoked turkey neck.
You better come on.
And I cooked enough to put some in the freezer, so
Okay.
might snack on that a little bit later. But it was very quiet. And then for Christmas, we stayed in town. New Year's, my youngest is drum major from Morgan State University.
I was about to say,
the illustrious Morgan
Shout
State
out
University.
to him.
He's a drum major, and they marched in the Rose Bowl parade.
Yes.
So we went there. That was an experience. We're all about experiences for the holidays. So our Christmas was low key, but then for New Year's,
It's all out.
LA. We were in LA cutting up. But
Okay.
family. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
But shout out to your son. I've been
Yes.
seeing the videos
Yes.
that you've been posting. Like a proud mama you are.
Yes, I'm a band mom.
All season long. He has been killing it.
Yes, and so next year he will be head drum major.
Okay.
I'm so
He wasn't
proud
a head
of
this
him.
year?
No, there's 3 of them. So my guy Tori was head drum major. He set it up to where he taught my son Justin, and our other drum major is our cousin.
Okay.
So he taught Dante and Justin all they need to know. And so Justin's ready to rise up. And so shout out to Tori and shout out to Dante and Justin. But Morgan State University, led by Dr. Reed, band director. And listen, Mackenzie Scott just donated $63 million to
Money.
Morgan State,
Yes.
unrestricted.
Shout out to her, by the way.
Shout out to her.
Yes.
So they're doing good, and I'm just so proud of Justin. When you see your kids at a young age and you're like, you're not surprised.
Yeah.
He was 3 years old, jumping and kicking and flipping, and so I'm not surprised. But both my children, my son, my oldest son Jordan's doing very well as well, and he's traveling, living his best life. Listen. He turned 26.
26.
So that means he's off the insurance. He is a full-fledged adult.
I remember that.
Yes. I'm so proud of him.
And that was the worst day of my life.
I'm so proud of I'm so proud of my children, and I am a boy mom, and to say that, I like to pat myself and my husband on the back to say well done, because my young men are amazing, and shout out to all the parents raising, your children to be just good citizens, good people, good humans. So, yeah.
And you've definitely done that.
Yeah, I'm so proud. Me and my husband I'm just so proud. We could do a whole episode on parenting, and especially in this time and age, but my children are doing well.
Yes,
They're doing well.
absolutely.
So,
yeah. And for Christmas, like I said, like went home, St. Louis.
Yeah.
You gotta love it, because Christmas is a little light this year. I had too many gifts, but I was present. The gift was me.
It's the thought. It's the thought that counts. It was the thought that counts.
Yes.
Listen, what I was counting my $2 for Christmas.
Listen.
I think the climate
Inflation is high.
2025. Just I think people are just overwhelmed and
Yes.
exhausted and. Just this is where I say, no matter what side you're on, it's just exhausting.
It is.
It's exhausting,
It is.
and I think everyone's holding on to their pockets a little bit tighter because we just uncertainty. We just don't know.
And I can even tell that too, like dipping right into church.
Yeah.
Even the last, those last couple of weeks in like December and even November, it was a lot of we need tithes, a lot of tithing.
Come on, we're gonna pass the collection plate one more time. We're gonna pass it one more time around this church.
And it's like even within that moment, I'm like, wow, everyone really is in a tight situation right now. So it's like, so as we know that to be true, I would say let's make sure, y'all, that we are giving grace to people out here. Okay.
Say it, brother.
Let's
say
give
it.
grace because we all need it right now, not even financially always, but just mentally as well.
Be
when
kind.
someone maybe isn't as present as they were before or as they, always is in a way, like that person that's always just there, maybe, just maybe, they're just going through a little bit something right now and they just need time and grace.
And let them, people are sitting in different spaces. And this is where I say be kind. And like you said, give people that grace because you just never know. And I know for me personally, when I go quiet, I'm just trying to focus. I keep my heads down. And instead of saying, what's wrong with you, girl? Why are you not out? You're not calling me, da-da-da-da. I'm looking at my phone going, ring, ring. It works. That's a whole nother episode.
Yes.
But no, just give people grace because you never know what they're going through and be kind and listen. People on the outside can look one way and smile and look pretty, but on inside they are crying.
Yeah.
And so just give people grace because you never know what people are going through.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And check on your people as well.
check
And that
on your
means
people.
genuinely check on them. It's not just the,
What does
hey,
that
what's
mean?
up?
What's that mean?
For me, it means like, for one, not having a transactional conversation as well, right? Where like you're checking up on me, but at the end you need me to do something or you need my assistance or whatever, like actually just, how you doing? And I make sure I'm intentional with doing that a lot of times. And people, I think, because sometimes they're so used to transactional conversations.
They are.
It's like, so what's up? Nothing. I don't, like,
You know what
I'm
I do?
good. I was just checking on you.
Right. I will put into text to people or even, because you and I communicate too via Instagram, DMs, we'll comment and, something about your dog or something like that. But it's just kind of like, I see you, I hear you. That's what that means. But even if I just text people and say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I don't need anything. Just say, hey.
Yeah.
And it's funny when I call my dad sometimes, I'll go, I don't need anything. I just call to say, hey. He's like, oh. They're not used to, you're not used to just calling people saying, I don't want anything. I just want to see how you're doing. How you percolating?
And we're all moving so fast,
Yes.
too, that even for someone coming in and just stopping us in that moment, just to say hi, it's like, I do need to do this. I do need to just pause for a second.
Pause. Ooh, don't get on the power to pause. Ooh, just pausing for a second.
Pause.
Take a breath.
Silence. So it's good.
Well, you just see how that felt. You just see how that felt when we just said it and just paused for a second. Anyway, go ahead.
Just uplifting. Yes. But for New Year's, so the last maybe 3-4 years, I always go to church. So I always go to church on New Year's just to hear a word. I need to start off with the word to just kind of get me going. So I love like doing that as well.
But does that start something for you to keep going? Or?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not calling you to the car.
No. I go to church.
I'm just saying we all go New
I feel like
Year's.
you calling me out. We're supposed to be starting the new year on like another foot.
We are. I'm
On
giving
the
you grace.
right
I'm
foot.
giving you grace.
Okay, the right foot.
Hold on, let me switch feet. Okay. Now it's the right foot. No, not calling you out, my friend. Not calling you out.
Okay.
But no, you start going, get into habit. You just say consistency.
Consistency.
I'm going to hold you accountable.
I'm going to go back to consistency because that is something that I'm being very intentional about right now. And what I've learned within that is that, especially with this podcast, and I ran into so many roads, where it's like, okay, damn, had to stop. Boop, had to stop, And what I'm realizing is that through consistency, sometimes it's focusing on what you need to focus on, right? Without bringing or one piece of something on like another project lacking to where it's like now this just falls because I got to worry about this. You know what I mean? And it's really like not spreading myself thin, but spreading myself enough to where I'm doing what I need to do to fulfill the goals that I have for myself and finish the projects that I start. So
I think where we get caught up is something you just said, not spreading yourself too thin. We put ourselves in too many what we call projects. And if you're like me, which I know you are, high achiever, focus, discipline, and you're a driver, it's squirrel, and you have so many projects, and you're like, oh, the shiny thing, you're moving to the next shiny thing. This is what I said when you focus. You have to sit in silence, which is hard for us, remove the noise, and set little goals. We have these big, huge goals, and then when we don't meet them, we get disappointed. We move on to something else. So I think last year, one of the things I did for myself was I love to exercise. I love to go to the gym. Your girl is down 20 pounds.
I mean, listen.
I'm svelte.
I was going to let you say it because they say never comment on a woman's weight.
I know.
You know what I mean? But
listen, I've been in
the
the
gym.
Good.
I
know. But no, what I did, menopause. Menopause.
I'm not the person on the other side of the chair that can even know what that looks
ladies,
like.
that you listening, listen, I'm of a certain age. Menopause has hit me. And I had refused to let it overtake me.
Good.
And everyone's symptoms are different. Mine, I gained 15 pounds. I was like, where'd this come from? And I couldn't get into clothes. I'm back in jeans that I held on to. I was like, let me get back in these. But last year I did a 7-day challenge. And people were like, oh, you're doing 7 days? I said, okay, I was a little snatched after I did it. But 7 days for me meant going every day because I never went in a row. 7 days in a row. Focus, consistency, discipline. It also to let me know I could do it when I was tired some mornings. I get up, go to the gym, and then I started, okay, I'm going to try 5 days in a row. Now I'm going to go at least 5 days a week. And so you just get into that rhythm. And now everybody's like, oh, I want to do the next challenge with you. And I'm going, was it a challenge?
Yeah.
I wasn't competing with anybody. I was competing with myself. But that's just that focus, that consistency. Do those things that will help you move forward in consistency and focus, not what everybody else is telling you to do. So me going to the gym, that was mine. And then it helped me focus at work. In my office, it literally made me focus and say, I can do this. So what I would do is 7 days, I would say, okay, I'm going to focus for 7 minutes. I'm going to focus for 30 minutes. I'm going to focus for at work, and just kept going. And it was because I did the challenge. I challenged myself. I challenged myself. So you have to stay focused and remove that noise. And Derrion, that can be hard sometimes.
It is.
Because you're looking at what everybody else is doing, and it's hard. People say, don't compare. And I'm going, that's hard. Yeah. That's hard to see what other people are doing.
Like joy or something.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard.
Especially when you live in a social media world where everything is out there. It's not even like I'm looking to try to go compare myself to someone else. It's in my face.
It's in my face. Okay, so what do they say? Get off of social media.
Well, that's how I do my job.
I'm on social media. It's my job. It's my branding. Me and my team gotta focus on that. What do you mean get off social media? Okay, so if anybody has any other ways that we can do this, please drop them in the comments, respond,
holla at your boy.
Talk to us and tell us how can we.
What does that look like?
How do you get off social media when social media is your world and part of your brand?
Absolutely.
That's hard.
You had another goal as well. With your book.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
EQ Impact.
EQ Impact.
I have mine.
You got yours. Let's see.
I have mine. You should get yours too. I have my personal little, note in mine too. Yes. And
so it's 20 golden leadership nuggets refined by EQ Impact. And my goal is to sell 2,000 books by the end of the first quarter, which is March 31st. And I'm moving towards that. But listen. Y'all are gobbling up the book. Let them.
What are you talking about?
Y'all are gobbling up that book. Let them.
Yes.
And y'all, I can do a whole episode on that book. Let them. Listen, the book is this thick when it should be this thick. Okay. Listen, are we able to mention people's names on this?
I mean, go ahead and talk it.
Listen, okay, so Mel Robbins is the author of Let Them, and the Let Them theory. It's not a theory, y'all. It's not a theory. It's just you telling people to F off. It's repetitive. It's a lot of fluff. But, you know, if you gobbled it up, go ahead and gobble it up. I've been seeing people have book clubs and all this good stuff. What upsets me is I'm seeing people that look like us having book clubs and giving this woman millions of dollars. Go buy my book, EQ Impact.
Yes.
It will change your life. It gives tools, no fluff, real time. It gives you ways to not pop off at work, how to truly gain emotional mastery, self-awareness. Emotional intelligence is not what you Google. I have my own framework, which is based off of theory and research. And I'm just saying, if you want a real transformational book, yes, me and other authors that are out there, there are some well-known Black authors out there that are doing the work. Mel Robbins, and I'm going to say this, and you might get some comments. They ain't coming after me. They're going to come after you. Mel Robbins, her only credential is that she is a lawyer. She went to a prestigious law school. That's it. She's the person you go to when you don't want to do the work. So if you want to do the work, go ahead and gobble up my book.
Yes.
My website, the Nicole F, as in franksmith.com. I will sign it for you if you go there and order it. It is on Amazon as well. But I will sign it, as you see. And I'm a true signer. It's not pre-signed. It's not done by a auto pen.
No, we heard about that.
No, we heard about that.
In the White House.
In the White House. It's not an auto pen. But no, and this, I don't want anybody to think I'm hating on any other authors. There are some fantastic authors, diverse authors out there. The thing is that when someone takes concepts and regurgitates them into this complex theory, I just, I'm not.
Or when people will take
I'm gonna let y'all have that.
And just steal your whole name
and
make a whole book based off a name that I created, you know. So it's just fascinating to me, you know. I mean, since we throwing shade, let's just throw the palm tree.
But but hold on, someone that creates a book off of a title that when you go Google, it has negative connotation to it.
Yes,
bloop.
My video still comes up
First.
Yes.
With
the only award-winning video, by the way, too,
absolutely, and congratulations. But what comes up is this person crying on the video looking crazy. Listen, we digressing.
I'm moving on.
We threw a little bit of shade, a little bit of shade. But no.
Because I ain't letting shade go in 2026. I would like to tell you one of my favorite parts of the book, though.
Oh, please.
Okay?
Ooh,
yes.
See,
I don't just buy the book and it just sits on my counter and collect dust.
Baby. Yes. Oh, okay. Next year, you're going to be at the top of my Christmas list. Go ahead.
Cool.
Or this year, 2026. Go ahead.
So listen, it was about boundaries because that is a big thing that I'm starting to learn right now and really maintain, which is hard.
It is.
As hell.
I'm with you.
Even
for me, and I write about it. Even for me, and I write about it.
I don't want to go too deep into it, you know, because it's a personal situation with me. But, you know, I missed a very, big part of one of my closest friends, lives or whatever. But because I had to maintain a boundary. And that was very hard. But it's like, if I don't maintain the boundary, then I'm just opening this up just to more, for lack of better words, bullshit.
Absolutely.
So anyway,
go ahead.
What I enjoyed about the book was about self-discoveries. Know your boundaries first. This is on page 72 when you get your book. You say boundaries begin with understanding yourself, your limits, your values, and what energizes or drains you. And that's what I'm really keying in on. And the benefit is you set boundaries from a place of clarity, not reaction or guilt.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, in that moment where I decided not to go, I was sitting in, is this me maintaining the boundary? And then I had to go through the process of the guilt of it.
Yes.
And then
go
through the process of
process.
Even others' reactions to me having that boundary.
And they are probably the people that needed the boundaries or don't understand how having boundaries protects your peace.
Yes.
This is where I say when individuals get upset or they get riled up because of your boundaries, they're usually the ones that needed the boundaries.
Yeah.
And I like how you said process because you will have to grieve. During the process because you will lose. When you set up boundaries, you gain so much for yourself, but you will also lose some things or some people. because they don't understand how those boundaries need to be set. With the holidays that have just passed, hopefully you set some boundaries up before you went into that situation, because hopefully you didn't go back into old roles. You hopefully stood on your current values and you moved forward, and it's for your comfort, not their comfort. So,
and that's hard.
It is hard. It's easy to set them up because we're all like, I got boundaries. I got boundaries. I can't tell you how many times I hear the word boundaries, especially during holiday seasons that passed and, New Year's and things that are coming up. I hear boundaries all the time. Also, too, I hear boundaries the first quarter. I'm going to hear it so many times the first quarter of this year. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. The problem is sticking to them because you are so focused on other people's comfort versus your own. So I'm glad you read a quote out of the.
Absolutely. I just didn't come here for nothing.
No, listen.
How can people get this book?
So go to my website, TheNicoleFSmith.com, THE, Nicole F as in Frank, Smith.com. You can also get it on Amazon. But if you order it straight from me, I will sign it. And when you buy it, you can put a little note in there if you want me to say something specific in the signature. But yes, I can do this. Now, I want you to understand this book was written or rewritten from my #1 bestseller in 2019. I tore it apart and added my clarity, my knowledge, my expertise, my framework, and so forth. Focused around primarily the workplace, but I do need you to understand, as you're on that self-discovery, you can take the principles and the tools in here and apply it to your personal life as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Clearly, as I did.
Yes.
So, absolutely.
Yes.
Listen, we have a lot coming up on the DerrionLH Show. We are starting the Come Up series. Speaking of books, mine is here as well.
Yes, and I love that cover.
Here it is. Here it is.
That is beautiful. I remember you telling me about the book, and I saw it, and I was like, but when I sat down in this chair, I saw the hardback. Yeah. Something about a hardback book. It's so yummy. It's so yummy.
Yes.
Nice coffee table book. But I would love, just tell us a little bit about.
Yes. Well, I released this book back in 2019, and it's a memoir. Straight when I got out of college, up until I got my first job in news. And it goes through just the emotional impact of wanting to do something in your life and being constantly hit with roadblocks along the way. And the reason I wrote the book is, I feel as if a lot of times when it comes to memoirs, so many times in life, a lot of people write them when they get to be 50, 60 years old, and now you're talking about back when you were coming out of college and doing all this stuff. And it's like, well, great. I wish I would have known that when I was leaving college, So what I realized within that moment is that story wasn't mine anymore. I had to share it. So that's what I did, while also giving glimpses back into my own upbringing and to what also shaped me to be me as well. So but it goes over everything. It's some drama in there too. There's some funny moments. A lot of people contacted me because they laughed at some moments or whatever. I talked about going to church in college. It was just a mess.
I know.
I was going to be abducted.
I love it. I love how you're helping people now today instead of waiting until you're 80 years old.
Exactly.
I like that. Oh, I love when you said the story wasn't yours. You had to share it.
I had to share it.
Yeah, no, I like that. And your cover
that was one of the quotes that came out of it as well.
And your cover is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Everything just lined up. It was a point in time that I started writing it, and I wrote the first 3 chapters, and I sent it to a friend in New York, and I was like, what you think about this? I'm just writing. I don't know what I'm writing. I just wrote it. She was like, look like you're writing a memoir. And I Googled it. I'm like, well, what goes into writing a memoir? And it was like a personal poem. You got to really get deep.
Did you do that too? You were like a personal moment?
I said, I ain't doing it. I shut it down for like a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
And one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish it. And I spoke to a friend who wrote a couple books, and she was just like, listen, every day, write a page.
Oh, that's what I did. Every day I wrote a chapter or two.
If it's not a chapter or a page, write a word. But it's all about, so we'll make this full circle, consistency.
I was going to lead back to that, but go ahead. This your show.
Staying consistent about doing it and doing that. And sometimes I did. I just opened up the Word document, wrote and I shut it and I went to sleep because that's all I had for me that day. But other days I wrote whole chapters, So some days, and I literally was writing this while I was on the news. I was on the morning show in St. Louis. And I literally yeah, this is Derrion Henderson. We're here, just fire, blah, 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 and now I go back in the car and it's just crazy. And then next thing you know, everything started coming together.
Yep.
The book cover was done, and then they had like a book signing, and we was in there just dancing and having a good old time. So it was great.
I wrote my first book in 2019. I decided to go back in the office after 20 years working from home. I don't know why I did that before I jumped out of the corporate space. And I said, I can do this. And I went into a Fortune 50 company and sat at that cubicle and wrote my first book. Because they didn't know what to do. I was just so talented. They didn't know what to do with me. So I wrote my first book. This is where I say, use those moments you have. When you have that time, instead of sitting there scrolling, instead of sitting there binging Netflix or whatever, use this time to really dive into what you want to dive into. And this is where I have to say, when you go to write a book, dump the ideas. When you edit it or have someone edit for you, they're going to cut 50% of it.
Yep.
Grieve that process. Grieve what was cut and then go back. I guess my point is stop trying. People try to go first in making it pretty. And it's hard sometimes for us to write because we also too want to edit at the same time.
Exactly.
Just write.
Yeah.
Just write.
And when it's done,
just write.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Close it.
Do you know how many times I've opened up this book and I said,
I go back and read this.
I should have said, nope.
Close it.
Close it.
Close it. Close it. So.
Close it.
From this, the Come Up, we're starting the Come Up series because I want to know about y'all Come Ups too.
Yeah.
So you're going to come back.
Yes, I am.
In a couple of weeks with me,
I'll
so
be
we
here.
can sit down and talk, because we want to know, for you, we already heard about your pivot, but I want to know, how do you plan on then coming up with this business that you have right now? I want to know all about it. And you're going to share with me why, because I said so. It's 2026.
Okay.
And that's how we do. I'm being very firm in 2026. That's what I'm going to do.
Firm, direct, and assertive.
Boom.
That is emotional intelligence, my friends. It's not about being soft.
No, we're not doing that.
Not for 2026.
Not in 2026.
No, sir.
Nicole, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. On the first episode, can we get another clink?
Yeah, so we can get another clink. I love
it. Sip, sip.
Oh, I love this.
Thank y'all so much for joining me. Thank y'all for joining us here on the DerrionLH Show. Listen, we'll be back next week with so many more episodes, have so many great people for y'all to meet, to hear about their Come Up. The Come Up series starting next week. You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Have a great day, y'all.